friends up here? Can we get a round of applause for the people up here that aren't your friends? Just because you should make new friends. Round of applause for them too. Okay, great. So we're going to get rolling right through it. I mean, this can take a lot of forms. I mean, I'm used to introducing what a poetry slam is, but there's so many different types of mediums that are going to be speaking. You guys have all seen some level of spoken word poetry, right? You guys have all seen a public speech before. Y'all have all seen a This I Believe before. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. So I'm going to do a quick sacrificial point, but just so you guys know, this is with the grades 11s and 12s. While I adjust this mic, we have some great judges in the house. I need y'all to give animal sounds, because applause is boring. So we're going to do moos for the judges. Is that cool with y'all? Can I get a moo? Y'all can do better cows than that. Moo. Yeah, okay. So first judge, Jamal Amalek. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Mr. Amalek, round of applause. I heard the back corner getting it. Okay, next judge, Abraham Chang. Mr. Abraham Chang, thank you very much. Moo. It's not boo, watch yourself. Can I get a round of applause for Miss Lori Leonard? Moo. And a moo, yes. And our Vancouver Poetry House guest judge, Matt Loeb. Moo. I need an extra loud moo, maybe even a whinny for him. And Miss Janice Schmidt. A round of applause and a moo for Miss Janice Schmidt. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get us off and rolling. This is how this is going to go. If I see your phone, I have a slingshot. I'm going to catapult it into the atmosphere, and it's gone forever. Like, your phone plan's going to go way out. It's going to be tragic. Data's bad in space. Y'all are going to be quiet, because it's not polite to be up here speaking and having someone chatting in the crowd. Y'all wouldn't want that up here if that was you, so I will find you and bring you up here if you want to talk so much. I will also be doing a sacrificial piece, just so you guys can get calibrated as judges. Okay, there are no winners and losers here. There's just a whole lot of fun, okay? It's a whole lot of fun. Can we get a warm round of applause for everyone that's going to be bearing their soul with you? And I'm going to do a piece and get rolling. Y'all cool with rap? Woo! Okay. J Finna son, fake sons, check your spray tan. Only spit action flicks, that's why everything I state ham. Rap born trilogy. Every time I'm pressing play, this born leader's born ready to break a rapper born yesterday. New school's new chief, bully my election day. Be a blended bomb inauguration mixed with Independence Day. Salad toss your organs, weak recordings, and some fish fillet. Jakey the bomb, diggity dig him before we detonate. Super in the booth, rapping's my responsibility. When nonchalant agility meets renaissance ability, meets honest positivity, meets raw assault delivery. I've got to unequivocally take Van City to victory. Trinity's giving me poor peers and I pray for answers. God hasn't explained why these crooked cats be all backwards. Give them Oscars, not Grammys. These rappers are actors, independent scholar, blue-collar finishing contractors. It's not the wisest move to catch your attitude with the baddest dude who will RKO your crew. Kamehameha, your favorite artist, and undo your do. Yabba dabba do his boo, and behead all other babble addicts badly rapping too. Sheesh. Sparring me's reserved for masochists. Swordsmiths should fashion they blades after this. Rolling's protagonist use this to slay a basilisk. Above being 8, Jakey G is an asterisk. Remember, you asked for this. Whenever you spike my merits, I spit just like his airness. You say to stop trying, so I'd write like Kobe Bryant. Call me a darn shame, so I start rapping like Bron James. Point being, I'm a ball over y'all are the same. Make for damn sure you don't forget my name. Jacob G, tattoo it to your brain. Jacob G is too great at this rate. Anytime he's at bat, he's walking back to home plate. Oh, God. Thank you. I never get to rap in front of schools anymore, so this is a lot of fun for me. All right, judges, be brutal to me. I am the starting point for you. You want to start maybe conservative, just stay consistent. That's the only thing I ask. Now, audience, you're to boo the judges or cheer the judges or whatever the judges, not the poet or the artist, but the score. Let's see those scores, judges. Let's see those scores, judges. Oh, man, we got a 4.5. We got a 4.5. We got a 4. We got a 4 and a 3. Round of applause for the judges. Not for me, though. That'd be arrogant. All right. Y'all ready to see some Riverside talent? Can I get a yes, yes? All right, let's go. First person up, drum roll, please. In grade 12, doing David, Elijah, Paulson.
Test. I wish he had gotten a concussion. That's something I want to empathize, and yes, it seems unwise to want problems to arise, and I realize it implies I want to see his demise, but don't criticize or antagonize me just because you have no context. So allow me to make this less complex. For the past 4 years, we'd been best friends. We had each other's backs until the end, but during the summer, he had to attend to injury that seemed like it'd never end. He spent most of July with no movement in bed, and we thought it was due to a shot to the head, but I stared at my phone as I cried there and read that he had developed cancer instead. Deflation, devastation, desperation, obsession, aggression, depression, all ran through me every day, violently and disarrayed, as I watched my soul slowly decay into dismay, watching hope slip away. But what didn't kill him made him stronger, because while I was writing my sob story, he managed to return to glory. Of his illness, he showed no sign, coming to school just fine, finishing with grades higher than mine while radiation was sent down his spine. You wouldn't have known with the smile he wore that he had stage 4. He was happy to the core, it was the stuff of lore. He picked me up off the ground and said, I'm bound to be around for a while. And the new hope I found made it seem like David could beat Goliath. But nothing stays gold forever, because when the clock struck midnight, he was taken by the light. I don't know who I should blame, but I need a name so I can shame whoever sent him down in flames. Maybe the doctors who spent weeks playing the game, what fruit is your tumor shaped like? Or maybe someone as fictional as Santa Claus who's supposed to give presents, not take away the presents of someone I care about. Or maybe someone like God who took a 17-year-old full of potential away from me for no damn reason. And I've been so upset that I realized just now that I stopped rhyming 8 lines ago. You still cross my mind every day, and I'm definitely not okay. But I know you'd want me to be happy, and I don't mean to be sappy, but there'll be days where it rains and night where there's pain. But I'll never forget all the time we spent, and I hope one day I find some way to be half as amazing as you. One day, I'll see you again. Thank you for everything, Ben.
You got to show love to people up here. Thank you so much, Elijah. Judges. Y'all gonna have to get quicker. I'm gonna give you a little bit of stall time. Wow, y'all didn't need stall time. Y'all are great people. Ready? 5, 4.5, 4. 5.4, but you can't do that. It's a 5. Oh, it's a 4.5. Well, okay, that's different. 4.5. Okay. You got that down, scorekeeper people? Okay, great. Moving on to the next one. Thank you, Elijah. Performing his piece, Courage, in grade 11. Give it up for Tyler Cristiano.
No, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Courage. Having strength in the face of pain or grief. Every single person in this room has courage. However, it's up to each and every one of you on how you decide to use the power of courage that you have been granted. Courage may be applied to benefit oneself, the ones you love, those around you, or may even work towards improving society as a whole. Many acts of courage go unnoticed, but many other acts go unnoticed. Now you see, I don't have anything against Apple as a company. However, I personally find it hard to see how they had the audacity to call the removal of the headphone jack on the new iPhone an act of courage. Now, I guess if you look at it in another light, you maybe just might understand why they played this card from their hand. It's innovation that keeps the future from coming to a halt at the end of the tracks, but the future isn't here yet. I'm not ready for the dongle life. What is a dongle anyways? Actually, according to the Oxford Dictionary, a dongle is a small device that connects a computer to... What's the point? It doesn't look like I have a choice because my voice goes unheard silently sliding through the group of cash trees growing at the infinite loop. Now, it can be stated without question that my opinions nor anyone else's outside of Apple will matter because it's ginormous companies like Apple that have come to realize the terrifying truth that they'll still earn the dough no matter what they change. It's an addiction. New iPhone? Gotta buy it. No headphone jack? No big deal. Apple knows that its loyal junkies will follow its ruthless ploys. So how, I ask, is this courage? Let's just think about that for a moment. Actually, let's not. It's too hard to wrap your head around Apple and courage in the same thought. Courage is trying something new when you're not sure of the outcome. Now, from what I can see, Apple is quite aware of the outcome. It's just a money-making game to see if they can drain the consumer's financial tanks. So can we call this courage when we can clearly see this is a predetermined game of cat and mouse? So to wrap up our little chat, let's revisit where we began. The only strength in the face of pain or grief here lies in the fact that Apple still continues to rake in the cash despite their preposterous schemes. I think that we can agree that Apple's latest leap of faith is not courage in the least. Now, if you'll excuse me, my iPhone 7 awaits at the door. Thank you.
Tyler Cristiano, give it up. So there's some elements of surprise. I won't tell you whether it's a spoken word poem or a public speech or this, I believe. I won't even tell you if it's a song and dance. It's up for you to decide. Judges, you've decided your scores, hopefully. Put them up, put them up, put them up. All right, we got a 4.5. We got a 4. We got a 4. We got a 4. We got a 4. Okay, that's 4 4s. That's your, I think that's a lucky number thing. Okay, moving on. We got, in grade 12, from dad to father, give it up for Matt McCready.
Okay, this is already kind of scary, so. When I was young, I had a dad, but now I have a father. That father of mine is out of my life, but his awful memories stretch and constrict my brain into mush. His lies of having heart attacks, strokes, and cancer make my heart stop loving for him. Thank you. The lies of having no job and eating kitty litter for a month is cringeworthy. But the fact he was able to go to Belize for a month was awful. Should I just restart? Because this is great. Whew. I'm good now, let's go. All right, from the top. When I was young, I had a dad, but now I have a father. That father of mine is out of my life, but his awful memories stretch and constrict my brain into mush. His lies of having heart attacks, strokes, and cancer make my heart stop loving for him. The lies of him not eating for a month and eating cat food is cringeworthy, but somehow he's able to go to Belize for a month without me. Oh, my Lord. His fake hospital visits was just enough to make his wife and kids push away more from him and his excuses. I worry every year as I get older that one day I might turn to the monster man I lived with for many years. I have nightmares of me looking in the mirror and seeing my father's face on the other side, screaming at me with a cigarette in his mouth and a beer in his hand, telling me the words he used to say to me. He would say how awful a son I was and how I was a failure in his eyes. Those memories have made me a ticking time bomb of sadness and anger towards him. And with every tick of time that goes by, the more hatred I have against him. And with every second of every minute of hatred running through my body, the more I regret being a McCready. Tick, 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 tick. I worry that when I become a dad, I'll be just like him. I don't want my kids subjected to verbal, physical, or emotional torture like I went through. Even therapy cannot repay all the sadness and forgiveness that he never gave and the apologies he still owes. I want to be the opposite of a father. I want to be a dad. A dad who actually loves their sons and daughters and actually wants to be a superhero and wants them to love him unconditionally. I want to give them the best and want to allow them to cherish every moment they have with a father figure. And if all goes downhill, I will at least pay child support. I will be a real man for my family, and I will give my kids hope to achieve their dreams when they get old and not crush them. I will give my children all the memories I wish I had. I once had a dad, and I don't need a father. There's only one man that I need, and that man is me.
Rising through technical difficulties for a great piece. Give it up for Matt McCready. All right, judges. That's all the time you need. Let's go. Scores up. All right, we got a 4. We got a 4. We got a 4. We got a 4.5. We got a 4.5. Give it up for the artist. Bang, bang. We out here. Next piece. Called Colors. Grade 11, give it up for Chad DeGill.
Yeah. Yellow, red, and blue are the primary colors that make up our human condition. Happy, sad, and mad are the primary emotions that make up our human mission. Sometimes we all get a little angry, feeling like I'm the real Slim Shady. Our cheeks turn rosy red on a mission to deliver an ass kicking. Everyone's throwing punches. I'm caught up in the dodging and weaving. I'm tired of bleeding. I see it coming my way. It's coming my way. I can't get out of the way. I can't merge. There's too many cars on this highway. My eyes are red because of what my mama said. I'm reaching for the steering wheel because all I ever really needed was a warm meal. This world is mine for the making. This world is ours for the taking. But time has my mind conceived to believe the lies that lie in between the lies. I can't see through the disguise that is mine. So as the blue sky collides with the yellow sun, sometimes it's just something that needs to be done. So as I erupt like a volcano, I understand it takes time for something to be undone. So I just watch the sky fade and I save it for another day. Like, I hate Mondays. Singing the blues, Tupac's helping me get through all these questions like, what did I come here to do? The Matrix got my mind split like a Twix. I cannot fathom the infancy of all the possible possibilities, has me wondering, who is me? So I look up to the sky and I wonder why I can't cry. God, give me a way to let my demons out. God, give me a way to set my angels free. There was no reply, so the devil answered, and he told me why. He told me everything that girl ever said to you was a lie. Cautiously, outspokenly shy, scared to die. So I get fried to forget why I ever asked why. It's Friday, feeling yellow, I'm a jolly good fellow. Woke up today and the sun said, hello. Click the clicker, started playing those classical cartoons. Ate my cereal with an ice cream spoon. Started playing those gangster tunes like, today is gonna be a good day. Some say today is the creation of yesterday. So I'm living vividly today. Day after day after day. The glimpse of tomorrow and today has me think about the one day life passes me by, another football Sunday, leading to the start of the week. But this Monday is the day. I gaze the blue sky haze. I skate the maze and I listen to a new hip-hop craze. It's not about Lil Wayne, higher methane, propane, Mary Jane, with an infected inferior pulmonary vein, with the blood stain on his gold chain. Cause I'm tired of listening to that gat go bang. I play a new riff, real rappers rapping realistic. I got my headphones in, my problems out. Seems I found out how to release my demons. Seems I found out how to free my angels. My brain is at ease, free from fear, proud to look in the mirror. Happy, ain't nothing getting at me. Glad that I was glad that I was sad, glad that I was mad, cause glad, sad, and mad is what ultimately makes me Chad.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chad. Bang, bang. All right, I'm excited. Scores. Judges, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man, oh man, oh man. 4.5, 4.5, 5. Flip yours around. 4.5, 4. Give it up for Chad. Let's go, let's go. Y'all having a good time? Y'all having a good time? Give it up for, in grade 12, doing the poem or a piece English. Give it up for Timothy Chang. Ooh, you need this. Whoa.
Okay. This is a summary for my 1 year's life in Canada. Okay. English. English. Letter E, executing my life. Letter N, need to figure out. Letter G, grammar is my biggest problem. Letter L, learning confusing things. Letter I in diet. Oh, but not right now. Still, letter S, still studying and suffering. Letter H, happening every single day. That's English. A language that I love and hate it. I hate the poetry because I don't understand it. I hate essay because my work doesn't make sense. Please don't tell me. Don't tell my English teacher. Oh, I see. I love it because I challenge myself. I love it because it's changed my life. A language that I need to be good at. What? Your English 12 is no higher than 73%. Whoa, you should take EL or IELTS or you cannot get our school offer. Okay, I will do that. A language that is my second language. I can speak Mandarin very well, but now I need to speak English. Now it's English. How can I use conjunction correctly? As, for what? Why am I spelling always wrong? First, Is it F-I-R-S-T? Meh, wrong. When can I speak English like a native speaker? It will take long time. What's my problem? Many problems. Where can I find my life? No, you don't. Dictionary and coffee are my friends. Grammar mistakes are my shadow. My paper has many words, but my English teacher, Mr. Barrington, always said, Tim, your essay doesn't make sense. Yes, it's right. It's true. Sometimes I don't know what you guys talking about. Sometimes I don't understand why everyone laughing. Sometimes I don't know the question want to ask me during the test. What? I try to understand it. I try to learn it, but it's not efficient. I just know I should keep doing it until I achieve native speaker level. I will not confuse what's the short story talking about. I will understand clearly people's words. I will not ask some stupid question. Maybe you will ask me, where is the poetry? No, we don't need it. In the future, someone will ask me, are you CBC or ABC? And I can say, neither. That's my English. Thank you.
Talking about courage, give it up for Timothy Chang. It's big time. It's big time. All right, judges, get it right. Scores up. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Y'all can cast your own opinions on this. 4, 4.5, 4.5, a 4.5. But give it up for Timothy, not them scores. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the jury, for the brothers and sisters, give it up for the grade 11, Josh Ward. Let's go.
For our brothers and sisters, the cold mornings, the windy nights, the rain of bullets, all lost souls blowing through the night. One cold night with no delight, we lost our friends, but not without one last fight. We trained for hours, blood, sweat, and tears into what we thought was right, but nothing has changed and we all continue to fight. We fought for you and we fought for me, but the motto has changed. There is still a fight, but to family's delight, we came home that night. I awoke those in my house with a smile on my face, hoping everything would be over, and I thought tonight would be the night, but to no one's delight, I lost my friend that night. In the sea, in the dirt, their bodies lied, their eyes closed, motionless and gone. I looked to the sky to say my final goodbye, but the only man I saw was the man in the sky. God looked down, saying, good job, young one. 17 years old, fighting for what you think is right, but nothing has changed. You're a murderer. You killed brothers and sisters. You may have survived, but your fight is not done. You may have won, but this war rages on. For years to come, you've sparked the fire. This life you live, with pride in your heart and success on your mind, you will carry the souls of the ones that you have taken. They lie in the hole that you sent them to. No remorse, you told your men. No mercy, you said. But these men are all like you, my child. They are fighting for their mothers, their brothers, and their sisters. Tonight you will rest, and tomorrow you will enjoy, but revenge is not so sweet. You will join your brothers and sisters one night, and will have a chance to say sorry to the lives that you have stolen. Now I give you this chance, and if you shall not accept, there will be no love for you up here. That night was the night that my life would change. I say goodbye to my boys and goodbye to my girls, but I will soon see you up in heaven. Peace and love will carry you through life. Do not make the mistake I made in fighting for what I think is right. Fight for what God has done for this world. Fight for family. Fight for freedom. Fight for love. And if all else shall fail, fight for me.
Clap it up now. Josh Ward, great job, man. Judges, you're under the gun now. It's your turn. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Judgment. 4. We got a 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 4. Give it up for Josh Ward. All right. Give it up for the grade 12 man himself. I am a straight edge guy. Ryan Bowles, let's go.
I am straight edge. Now, some of you may laugh at me. Some of you may tell me to live my life. But hear me out just a second. I am straight edge because I am an ambitious person. I have plans for my future. I am straight edge because I want to make my family proud of me. I am straight edge because we're kids. We're a little bit dumb. Underage drinking is a very bad idea. I am straight edge because no matter what Mike Pence is going to tell you during half-brained story time, tobacco smoke is going to kill you. I am straight edge because I want to live a long and healthy life. I am straight edge because I want my friends who mean so much to me to remain my friends. I am straight edge because I would like to keep a roof over my head. I am straight edge because I like to remember what I did last night. By the way, what I did last night? Not memorizing this. I am straight edge because I don't like to throw up. I'm straight edge because if I get a hangover headache, I might throw myself out a window. But most of all, I am straight edge because, like Matt over here, I want to be a dad someday. And I don't want my future children to be ashamed of their father. I don't want kids on the playground to bully my children because daddy's a drug addict. Daddy's a drunk. I want my future children to be able to look at their friends and say, my daddy is my hero. I am straight edge.
Give it on up for Ryan Bowles. Can I get some drumming? Cool. Judges, let's get some scoring. Da, 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 da. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. I'm good at this now. Okay. Moving on. Thank you, Ryan. Moving on to Feelings, a piece by the grade 11 Priest Faulkner, who's not here, so we're just gonna keep drum rolling. Just when I got good at this. Motorcycles are cool. That's a fact. And a piece done by the grade 12, Jacob Rablow.
So this is for my brother Andre, who survived a near fatal motorcycle accident. And as said, motorcycles were cool. Motorcycles are cool. You promised me one when I got into the right school where I'd learn to survive and come out to thrive, until I found out you were barely alive. Motorcycles were cool. My God, I can't even focus in school. But it doesn't take a fool to wind up needing emergency life-saving tools. No, you were my smart, strong, unstoppable big brother. English Bay apartment, Mustang, motorcycle, every Monday through Friday, suit and tie. Now you lay, with me aside, clinging on and fighting for every breath of life. The wires, the machines, and your poor swollen eyes only come to spell compromise. The hours of prayer simply cannot compare to the pain you had to bear. The broken bones and breathing apparatus can only hope to show just how much woe a single car in the wrong place could tow. To say the tears I spent will never equate to the blood you left on the pavement is an understatement. Your ligaments more strained than the filaments above your 7-hour emergency surgery. Your fractures and tears more numerous than the hairs on your caved-in chest. The chest the 5-year-old me would lean on. The chest that would surround my tiny self, reminding me that I would never be by myself. I remember every winter we threw a snowball, and how just last fall we traded the title of who is more tall, and how you taught me to be responsible with alcohol. I remember you being there when my eyes would bawl, except when I got your life-threatening call. But through it all, doctors being overhauled, they reinstalled the wherewithal for you to rise up and conquer this close call. Mom said this pitfall felt like sinking the 8-ball, but from what I recall, that car shot out like a cannonball. No matter how much cortisol might come to brawl inside my skull, I told myself I had to do without all these thoughts of what if. You'll never be you. But your heartbeat came like a drum next to your collapsed lung that proved to us all and to our mama that you would beat this trauma that made her fall to a knee. But in reality, you were still on heavy IV. Motorcycles suck. Had it been a truck that you struck, your chance at life would have been out of luck. From the ER to the OR to the ICU, dear Andre, I'll never forget that I did see you when you were barely even you, and how all I wished I could do was take your place for you. Thank you.
Give it up for Jacob Reblo. Let's go. Motorcycles are no longer cool, but are your scores, judges? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1, judgment! We got a 5, we got a 4.5, we got a 4, we got a 5, we got a 4.5. Judges, you're a well-oiled machine. Audience, give love to Jacob. Not just because my name is also coincidentally Jacob. We got next piece. Hair. Y'all ready for some female representation up on the stage? Yeah, you are. Okay, let's go. Hair, done by the wonderful grade 11 Lauren Watson.
I wanted to cut my hair. On that surprisingly sunny Monday in a rather rainy November, I wanted to cut my hair. As she measured it from top to bottom, showing me that my hair was a tad bit too short to donate, I still wanted to cut my hair. All that time searching for an organization to donate to, I believed that I was solely cutting it to donate. But as I looked at my reflection in the mirror, I knew that wasn't the only reason. Long and straight, resting on my lower back, I feel it wrapping around my lungs, pushing all of the air out of them, reminding me of all those times my tears have almost drowned me. Silent tears, only ever silent ones. When I first came into this world, when my hair was just a small blonde patch on the top of my head, my mother said that I never cried. My eyes were open, ready for this world, and as I grew, I became the happiest, almost bald baby there was. But there's too many sad people in this world. The happy ones aren't allowed to be sad. I'm sorry for crying. As she cut the dead ends, telling me she was just freshening me up, I didn't feel refreshed. I saw 16 inches of failure, disappointment, and heartache. I saw the long, dark brown strands that hid my face ever so well as my silent, unknown sadness came very unexpectedly in a dim-lit classroom. The curtain that hid my loss of hope for everything that I once knew and loved. She may have cut the dead ends, but there is still a whole maze of trial and errors left to be found, weighing me down like a failed bench press, the barbell restricting my movement. I wanted to cut my hair. Even the hair that I saw fall to the floor of my shower, down the drain like everything else. Brushing, I lost hair, a lot of it. I watched as my overfilled cup started to rip pieces, strands, then chunks of it out, stress overbearingly resting on my head, taking one strand at a time, day and night, clogging the drain. The downpour of the shower hitting the back of my head and running down to the tips of my hair, dripping into the water, isn't the only reason why my shower became a tub that held my worry under until it struggled no more. though I'm too in love with life to let my hair exhaust me into nothing. Nothing. Once your hair peeks out and sees the world, it is no longer alive, just like the past, it is dead. So as I sat there looking at my reflection in my mirror, I knew it wasn't about my hair. It was about my internal focus on things that I can't change. Like how the world is so beautiful and never recognized for it, how not everyone will want equality the way I do, how the one that I'm in love with may not love me back, how the most dearest are affected by the devil's plans, how not everyone will love me for who I am, how the most passionate person that I know is weighed unwillingly down by her own self, how hate is applauded and love is pushed off the stage to the curb to never receive its finale, and how my hair will only grow half an inch every 2 months.
Give it up for Lauren Watson. Judges, you've been working hard. Audience, give the judges a woo. Woo. One more time. Woo. Good. Judges, scores. We got a 5. We got a 4.5. We got a 4.5. We got a 4.5. We got a 4.5. Bang. That's consistency. Okay. Can I get a drum roll, please? What it means to be human. Give it up for the grade 11, Andrew Hope.
Thanks, buddy. No, it's fine. I got your back. Be cool. What makes us human? Is it our body, the way we move, how we speak, or is it possibly just our way of life? All of us here are human, I presume. And yet many of us cannot agree on a single concrete conclusion. We either have a variety of different answers or cannot answer what exactly makes us human. That is because we, as individuals, all differ from one another. We all walk differently. Some stride, some saunter, and others strut, cool as a cat. We all speak differently. The sound of a crowd is not a singular voice, but an amalgamation of tones, emotions, and languages. And we almost certainly act differently from one another. One can be as calm as a serene lake, whilst another runs around like a headless chicken without a damn clue. But every single person, whether they be tall or short, big or small, whether they are the same ethnicity or nationality or not, we all share one thing in common. We can all think. We think for ourselves, we think for others. Monumentous events can occur before our very eyes, and yet our mind can focus on the tiniest details from a decade-long past. There is, as I speak, a storm of thoughts and emotions swirling around in your tiny little brain. We think, therefore we feel happiness, we feel sorrow, we feel anger. So many different emotions cloud our head because of our thoughts. And yet it is because of our ability to think that we have become more than wild beasts. We are able to go and rise above our primal urges and instincts. We are able to create whatever we so desire because we want to. Because we want to be greater than what we were made to be. We can achieve whatever we put our minds to. Someone looked up to the night sky, saw the stars and saw the moon, and said, "Let's put a man on it." And we did. That is why we are human, because of our mind, our thoughts that breed the desire to do what we want, not just what nature wants. We can do more than just satisfy our needs to eat, sleep, and mate. I think, therefore I am, and I am human.
That was a good catch. Okay. Give it up for the human, Andrew Hope. Now it's time to see if the judges will score humanely or inhumanely. I love these play on words for the judges scores things. It's just like my favorite thing to do. Judges! Oh, are you having a conversation? I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you good? No, I don't want to interrupt. Like, y'all are very important people. I mean, like, no, I'm playing. Ready, judges, scores, go! Okay, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Give it up for the not the scores. You know the drill. You know the drill. Come on now. All right. Now I need a drum roll real quick. I want to know who the next poet is or the next performer is. Give it up for Megan Longmore and Gracewell doing her piece. I want to know.
Yeah. That's fine. That's all good. Sorry. I want to know. I want to know, does any of this really matter? I want to know, is it going to rain tomorrow? I mean, it usually does, but I just like to plan ahead. I want to know, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel scared? I want to know why your mom told you and my mom told me that we could be anything, but you decided that you were going to be dangerous, so I had to be scared. I want to know why. Why my mom's biggest fear in life, why my mom, my sister, and my friends, and practically every other girl in this room is programmed to protect ourselves like antivirus software on our laptops. Why do they teach me that my body is a temple and I've got to protect it and preserve its sacredness, instead of teaching you not to barge in and steal the only thing that ever has and will belong to me and only me? I want to know, who taught you that this was okay? That my mother's biggest fear in life was nothing compared to your, well, did you see the way that she was dressed? I mean, she was practically asking me for it. I want to know, was it nurture? Because we know damn well that it wasn't nature. Was it just locker room talk between the guys that made you think that you are entitled to what's between my legs? Emphasis on my, not yours. I want to know why when I walk by a group of boys in broad daylight, my heart pounds and my knees buckle and a little voice in the back of my head tells me that it's fight, flight, or freeze, and I've never been a fighter and I couldn't freeze if I tried, so it's head down, speed up, and I want to know, are you my friend because you value my friendship or my private parts? I want to know why you would respect, oh sorry, I have a boyfriend, over just plain no thank you. Why you then proceed to pester me as if my answer doesn't really matter to you. I want to know, how in the world did we get to a place where the president of one of the most powerful countries is the epitome of bigoted? Your leader reflects your morals, and I am ashamed for you. I want to know at what point you decided that the life of every girl, woman, female that you have ever known is no longer significant. When your mom told you, and my mom told me, that we could be anything, there's no doubt in my mind that they never imagined that these would be the roles we chose.
Give it up for Megan Longmore. I want to know, judges, how are you going to score her? These puns never stop. All right. Okay, we got two more and then we break. So if you want to stretch your legs, good, do it in two pieces. We got the tropes of spoken word done by grade 11, Saamy, Raname. Pray I got that right. Did I get it right?
Let me take you back to a dark time. Grade 10. I remember a specific class in grade 10, Block C, December. It was a brumous and cold winter afternoon. Not only I, but many others were coping with an absolute sense of dread, in fear of presenting our spoken words. I sat, and while I sat, I listened and observed. I sat in utter astonishment, and not the kind of astonishment you can benefit from. I was immediately inspired to write this. Today I would like to talk to you about my biggest pet peeve in the spoken word, or maybe just in general. The unyielding ability to predict the redundancy of the spoken word. Now, before I sink my teeth into the meat and potatoes of this rant, I want to say two things. One, this doesn't apply to this spoken word, because this is the best one I've ever experienced in my life. And if you are the type of person to get angered over something harmless, get out. I don't want to hear it from you bottom-feeding, Tumblr-browsing, Neanderthaloid troglodytes that my rant triggered you. So, yeah, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but... So I see two reasons why the spoken word is as stale as 6-month-old popcorn. First, I believe that a lot of people do nothing more than follow the criteria. You know, like the list of necessities that the teacher hands you that you need to have to get a good grade. Some people revolve around this lasting notion that the criteria is a bottom line guideline, and that's kind of right, but the criteria should never be applied to replace your ideas. It should never write for you. The thought process begins and ends with the piece of paper that the teacher gives them. But you might have noticed there's a flaw in the spoken word, a major flaw. It doesn't tell you to be, it doesn't tell you not to be complete uncreative trash. The rubric, I'm just saying, you can do stuff on your own, right? I mean, the rubric doesn't tell you to breathe, but hey, you're alive, and what a treat that is. You think while Martin Luther King Jr. was presenting a challenging and revolutionary diatribe on civil rights, he thought to himself, you know what this needs more of? Body language. Don't get me wrong, I understand the importance of the criteria. It's an academic checklist. It makes sure we have all we need to get a good mark, and that's what our parents want, so. And especially now while we're learning, it's important. But the criteria, like I said, the criteria should be applied as an editing tool. The rubric isn't what makes a spoken word good, it's what makes it a presentation. In other words, the rubric tells you how to be a writer, not a poet. The second reason the spoken word is as tasteless as lemonade without lemons, water, or sugar is because it feels like the spoken word can only be in two moods, really. Sad/insightful or humorous. Have you ever had the same thing for dinner, like 3 days in a row? That might be the perfect way to describe how I feel about the traditional spoken word. It is a redundant and repetitive muck that only serves to keep you entertained for 30 minutes max? And then you start asking yourself questions like, okay, but is life really as hard as this 15-year-old girl is describing? It doesn't apply here, remember. The stereotype of the spoken word is poorly written, sad poems. Life is like a butterfly, and you were my broken cocoon. Cool! Why should I care? Make me care. While you're writing about feelings, you should make your audience feel that, put their mind, jam it down their throat. The poem is the bridge between the island that is your mind and the busy, roaring continent that is the minds of the audience. I can hear the cries of antagonism already, but it's art. It's supposed to be personal. First of all, on behalf of your parents, I sorely apologize. I don't disagree. In fact, I believe that personalizing your presentation is the best way to make it unique. You don't have to do what you've seen before. What if you just went off script? What if you just improvised? Hey, how are you? You good? It's cool. See how magical that was? Anyway, back to the script. If you notice a low point, during your spoken word. It isn't complete. Go back and finish it. And if it doesn't meet the deadline, doesn't meet the deadline. Who cares? At least you wrote something good, right? And something you can be proud of. If you want to make greatness, make it great. Don't half-ass it. Oops. I didn't say that. No one heard that. So if there's one thing to take away from this, is that I hate sad poems. Thank you.
And is it Saamy? That's the last one. Give it up for Saamy. Judges, this is the last time you're judging before this break, so it's not that we won't allow you to come back if we don't like these scores, but we won't allow you to come back if we don't like these scores. I just want to be clear. Ready? 3, 2, 1, judgment! We got a... Let me get the score out. Okay, 4, 4.5, 4, 4, 4.5. Now you can roar, boo, cheer, but cheer especially for Saamy. So long, farewell. Good riddance. Just kidding. Y'all have been great. Give yourselves a round of applause. A round of applause for our first half performers. Y'all file out in a orderly fashion, the way your teachers have told you to. Thank you guys for coming, and poets, feel free to stay up here for the second half. Right here. And then 2 people didn't show up. We did good. Like, we got 1, 2, 3, but these 2 are in here. Right? If Chance Ratcliffe and Cameron Sue could please report to the podium. Chance Ratcliffe and Cameron Sue, please report to the loud guy. Change, sorry, what?
The name.
What
The
two?
abusive relationships. Can we change it to the one?
Sure, yeah, for sure. Your job is to find me a pencil, ladies.
Okay.
It's one pencil or pen.
Sounds good.
You want this name changed?
Okay.
I'm gonna do it for y'all.
Also, are there 2 mics? Possibly?
Ooh, I will work on that for you.
Okay.
If not, y'all gonna have to project.
Okay.
Go out and find a pen and we'll meet back here shortly.
Just see the order here.
Oh, I don't go for a while. Dots. Wow, that was my topic at all. Whatever.
Yo, Cameron Sue is supposed to be on top of SJWs.
Really? Oh man, that's good.
Dude, I remember like 2 weeks or something, or a week.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be that stereotypical person who was calling them like a
Like at the very end. I'm not close to the end. All the standards are met.
I was still typing once.
Don't mess it up, bro.
I was like, oh my god, I'm still deciding like how I'm gonna
want to do it? Am I just gonna like talk and like keep these, or am I just gonna like throw them down?
The one.
Just fucking rip them off. We should be like Trevor. Just practice.
I just need one thing changed on the sheet. Yeah, what is it? Just don't say my title. Just say I'm coming
Like,
up.
I didn't even know it was going.
It's gonna be a little
for, like, 10
surprise.
minutes
So,
before we started, and I
yeah.
was like, which one are you?
Timberlands. Don't say Timberlands. I'm not because I was gonna buy something and I was like.
Yeah, but the one nice thing is
It's a lot to buy a first lamp pump.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I want some, but then the hamper's coming up, and I'd rather just spend my money on something that can help the person.
That's fair.
The second half of it, like just freaking out, like, oh my god, shit, I gotta go.
Yeah, look. There's you, Bradley. Then 2 other people.
Of course, all the time, man. That's.
Matt Stevenson. Sam.
Oh man.
Mine's vaguely memorized. Vague, like, I have to see a reference. Vaguely memorized, that makes it easier. I wrote this 2 hours before I had the percentage. 2 hours.
Gabi.
I changed my topic like 5 times. Thank you.
Rose? How do you get it right?
No, everyone says it anyway, so it's okay.
4 or 5. Right now. 5.
I was expecting to get like a 3, like 4s across.
I don't think they're giving away the 3. All I see is just 4s.
4s and 4.5. Nobody's got like a 5.
Now we're actually going left.
Has anybody gotten a 5 yet? No one's gone straight 5. The highest scores for Bridge Ball for me and Jacob, we each got 23.
They got 2 5s, 2 4 5s.
There was like right 11 I did a bit better, like a 23.5. No. Oh wait, never mind.
No, it's the same.
You're after me. No, never mind.
It's the same.
Yeah.
So the highest score that scores so far is 20.
Pardon?
I'm Sabian.
That's it.
Damn it. Bradley.
I'm Sabian. What if
This is how I put up This is how
Oh, here we go. I didn't know it. Round 2.
I found out in English.
That's how it goes.
Hey, got my wins. I wanted to get some others before.
We gotta show you some good spoken word.
You were good. None of them applied. It's really good here.
This will be mine.
I didn't have to. I had a sound.
I didn't eat.
And like during, I don't know if it was like one, but near the end, I was like, holy fuck, I'm gonna die.
All the other stuff is I sat down and I was like, man,
I'm hungry.
Oh, not how long you're actually.
What's afterwards?
The epic category. I don't want to tell you to do it. What is it called? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You gotta get it at least one time. Go up there, give someone $5, give them a 5. Just get a 5. You get a 5, you get all 0s, but you get 1 5. You'll be.
I think you're at least going to
I got straight words, not half.
Emotion. Emotion. I will bring out to you guys. I gotta get the.
I heard about it in English, so I was going second last, but originally I thought it was Asia. I thought it was the last grade 12, but now Asia and I switched, and now I actually am in first grade 12. Last act of the thing. No pressure. It is not me that adrenaline.
We're good, we got this.
Hello. And I'm just like, ugh, don't shake legs, stay strong, present your piece.
I spent so long yesterday.
Fashion.
So I was confused with myself. I was like, I was going to see
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Remember back in grade 9 when we did rants about like college
Yeah. Yes, I'm done.
Jake again, in case you forget. Jake. Well, I know you got so many students.
I thought I didn't take spoken.
You're my circle back
Yeah,
here.
but like I'm so good about it.
Congratulations. I'm so excited. Yeah, the heartbeats are really no
Stardust. I get in front of that microphone, my legs start shaking. I'm like, legs, stay strong. I gotta present my piece quickly.